Hello, today I'm going to talk about travel during pandemic. In the first part, I'm going to talk about our recent traveling to the Grand Canyon, the Zion National Park, and the Bryce Canyon. In the second part, I'm going to talk about some traveling tips. So, if you are planning to visit Grand Canyon, Zion, or Bryce Canyon, or if you are interested in knowing how traveling is like during the COVID-19 pandemic, this video may be helpful to you. But keep in mind, follow the CDC and local traveling guidance before planning your trip. For our trip, we first visit the Grand Canyon, and then we drove to the Zion, and then we visited the Bryce Canyon. The Grand Canyon is really grand. We visited the south rim of the Grand Canyon. It contains two parts. To the west is a hermit rest, and to the east is the drive to the desert view. So the hermit rest is accessible by either hiking or taking the shuttle bus. Driving is only possible during winter. We spent the first day hike all the way to the hermit rest. The hiking is about 8 miles along the Rim Trail. The trail is relatively easy. Many parts are paved trails. There are many vista points along the trail. We like the Pima Point the most because you have view in all three directions, and it is also good for the sunset. The drive to the desert view takes about 40 minutes one way. So in the second day, we drove all the way to the desert view. The visitor points along that drive usually have broader view, and you can see the Colorado River flowing underneath. Lipan Point is our favorite visitor point in the Grand Canyon. You have good views in all three directions, and the view is so broad. You can see the mountains that are so far away. And you also have the best view of the Colorado River. Lipan Point is also good for both sunset and sunrise. We saw the sunset at Pima Point in our first day. The orange color in the Grand Canyon is really beautiful. The second day is really cloudy. We view the sunset at Lipan Point. Although the canyon is less colorful because of the cloud, the sunset is still awesome. The next morning, we saw the sunrise at Mother Point. Mother Point is driving friendly. There are a lot of parking spots nearby. For the sunrise, it is really wonderful to see the color of the canyon gradually changes during the sunrise. Then we visited the Zion National Park. Zion National Park contains the Zion Canyon and the Club Canyons. The driving friendly part is the Club Canyon Scenic Drive, as well as the Zion Mount Carmel Highway Scenic Drive. The core part of the Zion Canyon is accessible by hiking, bicycling, and the shuttle. However, during our visit, the line waiting for the shuttle bus is so long. We find that it is almost impossible to practice social distancing during the waiting. So our recommendation is to rent a bike. The Zion Canyon Park is bike friendly. The view is beautiful along the way, and you can stop anywhere you want. Furthermore, you can stop close to deers. There are many deers in Zion. If we can visit Zion next time, we will just rent a bike and then bike all the way from the visitor center to the Temple of Sinavava, and then hike along the riverside walk. Zion is so beautiful. The photos are just like paintings. After the visit to Zion, we drove to Bryce Canyon on the next day. Bryce Canyon is famous for the hoodoos. It is a relatively small national park, and it is driving friendly. You can drive along the scenic drive and stop at all the vista points. We spent about 3 hours and visited all the vista points. This is a rainbow point at the end of the scenic drive of the Bryce Canyon. I really like the snow because it adds more color to the already colorful hoodoos. Now, let me give you some traveling tips. You can consider recreation vehicle if you want to avoid the potential exposure in the hotels. However, for our trip, we just drive our car and stay in hotels. First of all, you need to check out the COVID-19 measures on the hotel website. For our trip, before our trip, I also called the hotels to see how the COVID-19 measures are implemented and to find out whether there's any outbreak of COVID-19. I found that in one of the hotels, some staff members were infected and quarantined. As a result, I canceled that reservation and changed the trip a little bit. I also want to share the shopping list. The most important thing is a face mask. I prepare about 2 face masks per person per day. I also got anti-fog goggles, disinfecting wipes, alcohol pads, gloves, and face shields. We use the disinfecting wipes to clean all the hard surfaces in the hotel, the first thing we enter in our room. The alcohol pads are useful to clean the hands and some small stuff like the credit cards and keys. I also prepare some other things. The selfie stick is useful so that we do not need to ask for other people to take photos of ourselves. I use hot cups so that I do not need to use the cups in the hotel. The portable toilet is also helpful so that I do not need to wait for the public toilets. Since we eat a lot in the car, I also got the car seat cover. And definitely bring the food and drink that you like. My husband really liked the Rode portable oven because it can reheat the food to further disinfecting the food, and also the flavor sometimes becomes better after the reheating. I also got fruits, nuts, chocolates, bread, cookies, and milk powder. So enough food to keep us from hungry and also to be safer. All right, finally, just keep in mind to wear face masks and also practice social distancing. So I wish you have a nice trip. Thank you for your attention.